Greetings, my name is Mr. Good and Kinky. In this video I am going to be talking about the most common murder weapons, because there's a great push right now for more regulations on guns, and some use the term of banning certain weapons like assault weapons. I'm going to point out the problems with a lot of these ideas, because while I don't own guns myself, I'm not opposed to gun ownership, because frankly, banning something doesn't mean that people aren't going to be able to get their hands on it or use it, and the biggest evidence of that are things like marijuana, cocaine, heroin, different illegal drugs, ecstasy. Those things have been illegal for a hell of a long time, if not pretty much always, except for in some aspects with like medical marijuana, and back when cocaine was in the Sigmund Freud and so forth, before people realized, in a sense, the effects of it. The thing is, drugs like marijuana, cocaine, heroin, opium, so forth, being illegal doesn't stop those that want to get that from getting it. So it makes me seriously question the sanity of people that want to try and act like more regulations on guns will somehow matter, when those that are committing the crimes now don't care about the laws or regulations as it is. If they want to get a weapon and they can't do so legally, they'll do it through the black market. They'll do it through underground means, just like they do with their drugs. So why would more regulations matter? It makes no sense. But I'm going to have a link in the description bar below to a website that is top10stop.com, and it's the 10 most common murder weapons. Number 10 is explosives used in murder cases. Number 9, drowning victims. Number 8, narcotics used for murder. Number 7, fire-induced killings. Number 6, strangulation to death. Number 5, asphyxiation to death. Number 4, use of blunt objects. Number 3, personal body weapons. This one pretty much would involve hand-to-hand, people killing someone with their bare hands. Number 2, knives and cutting instruments. Number 1, firearms. But this is misleading. Nearly 75% of the cases involving firearms are actually gang-related, and another fraction of it are justifiable cases in self-defense. I would encourage people to read the full article because it's quite interesting. The thing is, you don't hear people like Jon Stewart or anybody in the media, when they talk about the gun deaths, they don't mention the fact that 3/4 of the gun deaths are done by gang members, gangbangers. They want to act like there needs to be more regulations. Do you think the gang members that are selling drugs, using drugs, killing people over their gang-related shit or whatnot are going to give a fuck about your regulations? It's absolute mind-numbing stupidity. Why the hell would people like Jon Stewart and politicians and so forth and people in the media intentionally leave out 3/4 of the deaths that are caused by firearms are done by gang members? They want to make it seem as if the law-abiding citizen having guns and a magazine that can hold so many rounds, that is what makes the difference. It's not. They're trying to do a shell game with you, and most people are too fucking stupid to realize you're being played, you're being lied to. They're not telling you the truth. And by the truth, I mean the full picture. Are there some deaths that are caused by people mishandling a weapon? Yes. There are, I mean, not even deaths. There was one baseball player I had read about on Yahoo about a week ago or so, that the dumbass shot himself in the leg when he was cleaning his gun. Any idiot that doesn't know the first rule of cleaning a weapon is empty the magazine, drop the magazine, pull the bolt back, expel any round that would be in the chamber. That's the first thing you do. That's common sense. What idiot tries to clean a gun when it's fucking loaded? If you're doing that, you're too stupid to own a gun. Someone like that should have a gun taken away from them because they are a danger to themselves and anyone else because they're too goddamn stupid to realize when you're cleaning a weapon, you don't want to have live ammunition in the weapon you're trying to clean. You can't exactly clean a weapon when there's bullets in it. I've cleaned M16s. It was one of the things that, it was not something that a lot of people enjoyed doing. I didn't mind it. But I'm also one, I can't shoot for shit. Because it could be an aspect of, I don't want to kill. Which made it a bit of a challenge being in the Army for 6 years. Because even the paper targets and so forth, I had difficulty as far as getting a close shot pattern. Because there are different aspects that come into play. And most people don't know about this. That when you're firing a weapon, there is breathing, trigger squeeze, there's your aim, there's your sight picture. Those are 4. Any one of those that you're not getting right, your accuracy is going to go into the toilet. You could have a good sight picture. You could have a good trigger squeeze. If your breathing is fucked up, you're going to be up and down. If your breathing is good, but your trigger squeeze is off, you're going to be left to right. Most people aren't trained as far as military-wise to fire a weapon. I was. And I was still having issues with it. Because the thing is, you have to have yourself in a calm state to effectively fire the weapon. Otherwise, all you would be doing is basically spray and pray. Or, as it is termed in the military, you're laying down fire. Now, as a bit of a side note, at least with me, what is kind of ironic is the weapons I did the best with were like 50 cal. The bullets are about 6 inches. They're that fucking big. They're big fucking bullets. And you're behind the weapon. It's mounted on a truck or whatnot. And the thing is, with that, I was told, you don't have to hit the target, just get close. I could hit the target with that, no problem. Or the grenade launcher. You just have to get within a vicinity. I had no problem. Absolutely no problem with that. It was the M16 and hitting the silhouette type of target that I personally had issues with. And it might have been a psychological thing of, in the back of my mind, I don't want to kill. I don't know. That was something that was mentioned when I was talking to one of the sergeants about would I re-enlist. And it was something I couldn't answer definitively because I don't have, to use the term, religious views against it. It's just, in a sense, personal. And that gets into, in a sense, psychology. But the idea that the more regulations, the more government that you have, the better. It seems to me the people that want to have government up their ass are actually wanting to live in a dictatorship. Because the way the United States was founded was not as a democracy, but as a constitutional republic. And a big thing with a constitutional republic is limited government. With democracy, it's big government. The more government you have, the more regulations you have from the government, the less freedom you have. So all of these people that are babbling about more regulations, what they're really saying is, take away our freedom. Take away our freedom. And if that's the case, don't try telling me how you care about freedom. Because you don't. You want government to nursemaid you, to babysit you, to tell you what you can do and what you can't. If you can't self-regulate, if you can't control yourself, and you feel you need government to dictate to you and control you, frankly, you shouldn't be in the general populace. I saw one person that posted a comment on something and said about with these drone strikes of they're paranoid. If you're paranoid, you're suffering from mental illness. If you're paranoid about guns, there's something not right in your head. Paranoia is a mental disorder. And if people want to use the term of, this could happen, could is speculation. It's not based on reality. It's not based on fact. It's based on your ideas of what might occur. I don't care what might. I'm interested in what is. But as you guys can see, I got a new webcam. And it looks like this is going to work out a whole lot better than the last one I had. So, I hope you enjoy it. This is Mr. Good and Kinky, Greg.